Hello, you're stuck in trouble with Wolf Gorliff, human riffing on IT and IT security. Today looking at Grammarly. Grammarly, the browser extension. Grammarly, the browser extension that may just have possibly leaked everything that you wrote recently. This is particularly nerve-wracking for me because security as I practice it is like 80% writing, right? Security as I practice it is writing policies, procedures, reports, recommendations, findings. It's all writing. And of course, I use Grammarly. If you haven't checked out Grammarly, you should, or maybe based on what I'm talking about today, you shouldn't. It's this cool tool that does grammar analysis and in-depth checking much more deeply than like Word or any of those other grammar checkers. But the tip for you is this. If you are using Grammarly, patch right away because it was found to be vulnerable. Now, every browser extension has the possibility for being a complete security nightmare. And we see oftentimes, especially in the Chrome store, open up the news any given week, open the news right now, and you'll find, malicious browser extension was found in the Chrome store and allowed attackers to blah, blah, whatever it may be. Some of them are pretty clever. You can't even uninstall them. There's one right now that once installed, blocks Chrome from opening up the extensions to remove extensions. I mean, they're just very pernicious, pain in the butt things. So, security savvy people are oftentimes very careful about what browser extensions they install and what browser extensions they use. That includes myself. I only use like a small handful, including Grammarly. And then, Tavis Ormandy, I'm probably saying his name wrong, so if I am, sorry, Tavis. Part of Google's project, of course, to find vulnerabilities, found that there was indeed a authentication vulnerability within Grammarly, which allowed for, if you browse to a website and the attacker had installed malicious code on that website, it could grow up into Grammarly and pretend to be what the site was and gain access to anything that you had written recently and checked with Grammarly. Ouch. That is a pain. And so a massive potential data leak, especially if you're like me, writing reports for customers again and again. Now, thankfully, a couple things here. Thankfully, one, to the best of our knowledge, it was not exploited in the wild. Thankfully, two, it's now patched. Thankfully, three, most of us who are writing sensitive information are not writing within the browser. So there's two different streams, is my understanding, one for Windows clients, one for the browser. So at least the information that was available is not everything you wrote. It was just everything you wrote in the browser. But it still does open up a lot of questions. One of the main questions is, one thing that I'm trying to think about now is, how do you govern for that? How do you wrap controls around that, right? You can't necessarily tell which plugins are authorized to go to which sites, which traffic, encrypted HTTPS traffic, unviewable traffic, to a browser's plugin is normal or not. It's really hard to think of a particular control for this particular type of attack. It's something I've been wrapping my mind around. If you've got an idea or suggestion, hey, hit me up in comments or social media. For now, I think I'm going to disable Grammarly in the browser. I think I already did, but you know what I'm saying. So that's it. Hit me up. What do you think? How can we prevent and detect these types of attacks? Let me know.